Warning, especially to non-first RT first membership owners. The following rant will consist of references to quote-unquote political subliminal messaging, spoilers for RWBY Volume 7, Chapter 6, foul coarse language, and other mature content. Viewer discretion is to be advised. Really, Rooster Teeth? Could you be any less subtle with the political message you're trying to say and make your stand? You plant your flag on the hill you're planning to die on. Okay, for those who don't get where I'm going with this, basically I watched RWBY Volume 7, Chapter 6, A Day Off. Was going pretty good. We even got the flower power shit moment many were waiting for. If you're wondering what flower power is, it's a less used name for Renora, the Ren-Nora ship. I.e., Nora finally sucked it up and lip-locked Ren. And this could be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, we've waited almost since day one for these two to confess, whether physically or verbally. And it's a good moment. On the other hand, it's a callback to Volume 3, especially if, as that Kyle Dan mentioned in his review of Volume 7, Chapter 5, if Nora ends up becoming the Winter Maiden because of the Norse myth tie to the dying one, Fira, that's F-I-R-A, not P-H-Y-R-R-A, Nora's plot armor may be taken off, and she could die by the end of this volume, or at the end of Volume 8 if we're still in Atlas. But that's not the main beef I've got with Rooster Teeth. No, it comes at the end. What comes at the end? Long story short, thanks to Watt's hacking in the ballot box, Jacques becomes a member of the Atlas Council over Robin. Also, pins the blame on Robin's attack caused by Tyrion on Penny and the Aesops, making Ironwood even more like a bad guy. For those who don't get what reference I'm going for here, and to the Eruption Fang, Unicornivore, and that Kaido Dan especially, when you review this episode in the coming days, please throw me a bone when I make this reference. Alright. Fang and Unicorn especially. Dan probably wouldn't catch it. Dan probably wouldn't catch it since he's British. Anyway, it's a political reference to the story that many people put out after the 2016 election, with Hillary accusing Russian agents hacking the ballot boxes, which enabled Trump to win the presidency in 2016. But there's a couple of key differences where this reference pretty much falls flat, for me anyway. One, Robin Hill, unlike Hillary Clinton, is a definite woman of the people of Mantle. Hillary, on the other hand, was a woman for herself, a cowardly people pleaser, a chameleon, and not to mention her husband was part of a child sex trafficking ring. Trump was a businessman of the people who was sick of the status quo doing nothing for the American people. Jacques, on the other hand, is in it only for himself, where by contrast to Trump, Jacques is in it only for himself and himself alone. Well, because he wants the embargo Ironwood put on Atlas, his trade, lifted so he can do his work at the shipping out more dust at the expense of Mantle and Atlas's security. Odds are he gave Arthur the new security codes to hack the Atlas mainframe. Either that or he had to hack the Mantle boxes, which would have been easy anyway because Watts built most of that code from the ground up, and Ironwood, in his hubris and desire to look at and his desire to play chess over Go, ended up overlooking that he needed to update Mantle's security codes. Either way, it pisses me off that this is the hill Rooster Teeth chooses to die on in the next year or two. claiming they're woke, they believe the bull crap about Russia hacks, the Russian hacking, and it's disgustingly sickening for me. Yeah, ironic that I'm shooting on Rooster Teeth, and it has nothing to do with Vic this time around. But in this case, and while I would shoot on them for that bad move, they've been going in a downward spiral as it is. I have no point in shooting on them for roasting their asses for that. But this was one that really got under my skin. So yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. I've boldly admitted that. Go back to 2016 when I did that video, in my own little spoof of the rallying cry from the movie V for Vendetta. But again, while I don't know the three of them personally, Eruption Fang, Adele Akel, okay, this will be 4. Adele aka, that Kaido Dan, and the Unicorn of War. I'm begging you, bring this reference up when you review this episode in the coming days. When you bring your 2 cents on this episode up in the coming days. The Russia hack story is dead, and even if that was the goal, the reference you were trying to go with at the end of this episode, it doesn't fly because the parallels you're trying to make don't match up with the characters or their real-life counterparts. That's all I gotta say. Comment on the video, smash the like button, forgive me for the spoilers, subscribe to the channel, goodbye, and good night. Bang.